Welcome to Spill the Tea, where we speak with experts to help you crush it in business and life. Today, I'm sitting here with Jen Hoverstad from the Forest firm. She's an attorney. She works with entrepreneurs and business people on a variety of different things, including estate planning. She's got a really interesting background, does a lot of motivational speaking and philanthropy. And prior to this life, she was also in the creative space, being a marketing manager for, among other people, Counterculture Coffee, which is a tremendously successful brand. So my first question is this. I'm linked with a lot of attorneys on LinkedIn, and you have such an interesting background, marketing, sales. Now, of course, you're an attorney yourself. So do you have tips for attorneys for selling themselves or marketing themselves? What's your expert tips?
I think really for attorneys, as far as personal branding goes, personal marketing goes, getting yourself out there, do not discount social media. So many attorneys want to poo-poo it as a waste of their time. And if you're not there at this day and age, that's a big question mark for why can't I find anything out about this person? So just making sure your profiles are simply updated to accurately reflect who you are.
One thing we do a lot of work with is trying to tell personal stories and trying to, connect with audiences using personal stories. And I'm so impressed. I follow you and the way that you talk about your personal journey. Talk a little bit about that and how it's influenced you, both at work and your personal life.
In March 2018, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was a fairly aggressive form of breast cancer. It was considered stage 3 because my tumor was 6 centimeters. And it had spread to one of my lymph nodes. But at the time, I had a little girl who was getting ready to turn 1. I had a 3.5-year-old. And my husband and I, on the first day of chemo, celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary. So to say this came out of left field would be an understatement for us. We had a lot of other things going on in our lives. But, at that time, I realized I had a choice. And I actually made it well before, at least a week or so before, everything was confirmed. I realized either I could handle this myself, we could tell our family and friends, or I could be on top of my story and I could tell my story to the public and whoever wanted to listen. Mm-hmm. And so I chose to go public with my breast cancer story quickly after receiving my diagnosis, mostly because, I wanted to control my own narrative. So prior to my breast cancer diagnosis, as you mentioned, I was the brand manager at Counterculture Coffee, which is a bi-coastal roaster here in the U.S. and just served in all 50 states, an incredible, incredible brand. That really was kind of the pinnacle of what I call my in-house career, where I was advising brands from the inside by leading various teams that included personnel teams, IT teams, marketing teams like I did at Counterculture. But after going through cancer, I realized that I really wanted to be helping people on an individual level. And so given my legal background and my license, I decided to come into a firm that I had been of counsel with for a couple of years, the Forest firm, which is across the state of North Carolina, and serve people through estate planning and really just helping them plan for life's unexpected events, because my husband and I did not have a plan when I was diagnosed with cancer. And so it's something that became very personal to us.
I was fascinated too when I came across the Forest Fund that you guys are BCorp. And so
we are.
It really interests me that the idea of the intersection of social good and business, and we do a lot of work in that area too. So talk a little bit about that.
We currently are the only law firm in North Carolina to be a certified B Corporation. In our opinion, what it says to us internally as far as a team, but then also to our clients and to our potential clients, is that we care more about what they call the triple bottom line, right? We care about something other than just making money. We truly care about giving back to our communities.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I love it. Well, I have one more question for you, and I know this is unscripted, but you astonish me. How do you do everything that you do?
I don't spend my time on things that I don't feel like are valuable. For me, I am okay saying no to things now. One of my favorite female entrepreneurs and people in general is Vivian Howard, who owns Chef and the Farmer in Kinston, North Carolina. And she has been asked multiple times throughout her career, how do you do it all? And she has finally started saying, I don't. Like, I just don't. There are days that are better than others. There are weeks, some weeks are focused on work, some are focused on family. And I think that's just a great answer. The litmus test is it something that I enjoy, and is it something where I feel like I'm actually contributing a value? And really, if the answer is no to those things, then it's a no. And
thank you so much for joining me today and spending all this time with me, and I really appreciate it. And
yes, thank you for having me. This was
have a good rest
wonderful.
of the week. Bye-bye.